everybody, and welcome to another episode of the TheCivShow podcast, where we
First
suck.
of 2021.
The first of 2021, where we suck so you don't have to. I'm your host, Moisas.
Raising Zozo.
And Nystagmus here.
And we have an exciting show for you because we have to talk about the TheCivGive. We've yet to talk about the TheCivGive. And there's so much that happened during the event, so much excitement, so much hype, and my goodness, there's just so much to talk about. And so let's just kind of get right into it, right? Is that okay with you guys? Is that cool?
Yeah? It's okay, Moy, but just a little, off topic.
Okay.
I got to comment on your fancy new background display.
Oh yeah.
You got
it's nice out there, eh?
Niagara Falls. Yeah, looking good. Sarge is worried that you might fall. Okay.
Oh no, I'm secured down. I'm like bolted down to this chair. I can't move. I'm actually restrained. Mainly for my safety.
In a barrel.
Yeah. In a barrel.
So
Yeah.
You're gonna get in a barrel after the show, and
he's got the sound canceling headphones and microphone. It's everything except for this little bubble around him. It cancels all the crashing waves. And it also cancels all the mist. I got to get me one of those. We're rolling in the dough now, I guess, if you're able to find all these advanced technologies.
After Christopher Tin, man, just the money started coming in. And now, look, I moved out to this tropical island. Look at this.
I got a cardboard box in my background. An E that Van Bradley still has not claimed. Although I was thinking about this, boy, because I was watching your stream, and we're going to talk about our streams and after this opening banter. Opening banter. And I was thinking about I was like, oh, that looks cool. Like, I like your background. But then I was like, would I want to do that? I'm like, I don't know if I would. I like my crazy geeky background. So I think with my, if I do a background investment, I'm gonna do the spin wheel thing. And that will be my green screen.
That is something that we need to talk about offline.
I don't know, Mike. I think this is the time to get people on board.
Okay. I'm down for the spinning wheel, though. That's something we need for sure.
TheCivGive, guys.
TheCivGive
was a time and a half. I can't remember if I was in that game. Was I part of that game?
I have no idea.
Let me check my notes.
Yeah.
Canada. Pick Canada and sit in the corner and do nothing. That game.
Oh yeah, that's in my notes too. Those verbatim. Dude, wow, that was crazy. Are you reading my notes?
Yeah.
Whoa. So the TheCivGive, if you were not aware of the TheCivGive, one, you might live under a rock. Two, it is a charity event that we hosted. We brought on 6 other streamers: 100 Games, 100 Days, Foibles, Van Bradley, Bostius, Peppermint Butler, and OnSpot TV. Thank you very much for that. And we had a time and a half. Let's go through the events before we go through the outcome of the charity. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, first off,
denounce Samar when they did nothing wrong. Yeah, I did do that.
I gotta say before you get into your draw there, Moy, that I really enjoyed too. I enjoyed that I got to help with the cards. I know it slowed things down a little, but it kind of felt like a consistent theme whenever we did the randomatron. So now I'm gonna start having more cards.
I think people dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, it looks good. I think it's a little haphazard, but that's us. And I think it added flavor to when the cards got flipped. Some people cheered and some people jeered, and I think you were one of our first big jeers.
I was a big jeer. I drafted Hungary as my second draft because I noticed that there was no anti-cavalry picks and there was no cavalry picks. So my mind immediately went to mainly because I also played a game against Hungary. So I drafted Hungary. I played a game against Hungary, and their science numbers were crazy and their culture numbers were crazy. And I'm like, wow, they must be a really good district building civilization. That is also good at war. Let me draft Hungary. And I did. And then I played with them, and oh my God, I don't enjoy them as much as I thought I would. They're good, but especially for the type of play that I think I wanted to play during the TheCivGive, that was not my play style. So I got picked hungry, paid $25 for a redraft, and then I got the Congo, which is actually what I wanted. Just the outcome wasn't what I wanted.
Now, like,
we'll get to that. But
yeah, like, and it was good. You raised some funds.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think 100 games. I think Sarge, he did it twice, right? He didn't like what he got twice.
No, it's not that he didn't like. His community just
they
paid money for him to redraw.
Really,
he was
just
like,
wanted
okay,
him
I'll
to
go
be
for
Tamar.
it. Yeah,
in Tamar we trust, right? Like that became a meme, and I love the fact that became a huge meme. That was awesome.
Loved it. They paid $50 for him to play Tamar. You know what? That's for a good cause, though. Like that, I'm down for that one. $50 to play Georgia. I would do that. So good on you, Sarge. Good on you for being a good sport about it as well and drafting Georgia to begin with. I don't know why you drafted them, but you know what? It worked out. So good on you, man.
And Sarge shaved his head, I think, was part of all that too, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Remember how he shaved his head on the stream?
I totally forgot about that.
I love how crazy everyone got. I love it. I love that, like, and everyone did. It was like whatever creative thing they could come up with. Sarge had hair, and he's like, "Well, I could remove my hair." I think his mustache was up for sale too.
But I don't think that got paid for.
I don't think that should be expensive.
Peppermint Butler, though, he shaved his mustache on stream. Yeah, he looked weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Him without a mustache is weird. Have you seen him? Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine Peppermint Butler being anything other than Peppermint Butler.
Okay, so okay. But yeah, Sarge drew Georgia. We got the game underway eventually. I had a little bit of a personal matter to take care of, and then we got back and we got into the game.
That was perfectly timed. It was a perfect Moy. Because Moy is,
come on.
You know, waiting for Moy sauce. It's the game. Like remember when we were like, what should we name the show? And that was like the number 2 contender was waiting for Moy sauce. And then, you know, eventually we did a few surveys and discovered that it's not, people don't want to wait for Moy sauce. I don't know why. I don't get it. I think it's probably the most exciting thing about what we do.
What did you guys even talk about when I was gone? I was gone for like half an hour.
We talked, I think, about how often we are waiting for Moy. No, I think we talked about it.
That was a long conversation, though. It was a good 5-10 minute conversation about. Yeah.
It was.
About you guys waiting for me all the time?
Yes.
Wow. I don't know whether to feel honored or hurt.
Hey, you know, we all got our own little personality quirks, right? That are sometimes good or bad, you know? I'm the raging Zozo sometimes, you know?
And Sarge said we did raise a lot of money while you were gone too.
We did. We raised, like, that was cool too. Just like the opening sequence to the show. Yeah, I think I don't know what, like $1,500 or something. Like just people arriving and waiting for us.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have listened to Vector Cat's VOD yet.
No,
I haven't got a chance to. Yeah.
So they mentioned it in that very first one, the first part. They're like, yeah, so I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I think they're still waiting for Moy. Oh, it gives us some time to go over the starting locations for all the civs. So it kind of made the VOD better because it allowed them to like commentate and talk about
reputation.
Right. So they're like, oh, so let's just go over all the starting locations. And so they went over all the starting locations and kind of went like whether or not they would have gone over to another
and
tile.
They had time to go over 9 starting locations.
And they went into detail, man. They put out the protractors and found out like which one was at. Yeah,
they did some sinuses, and I think there was a survey conducted on demographics. Censuses. I think you could pronounce it sinus.
Although
sinus.
Their commentary made me feel bad because they were like, yeah, Canada's got a really good start with how much like tundra they have, and then I didn't like do a whole lot during the game and kind of sucked. And
nystagmus never changed me. No, you did fine. At least you weren't me.
He's the Eeyore. He's the Eeyore of the show. You're the Tigger, and I'm the Pooh Bear. And there you go. We're the Civ show. I think that's gonna now be, we gotta make a meme, and I think it'd work. I think if you put Nystagmus' face over Eeyore, mine over Pooh Bear, and yours over Tigger.
Oh
Yeah,
I have to admit though,
That's
with
pretty
how
accurate.
dominating Germany was throughout the entire game. Like I don't know if you guys seen that that meme, the guy who plays Magic the Gathering, he's like, I don't know why you're not attacking me. And he like flips over the table when he loses.
Oh
or
yeah. The flip table. Yeah, I'm familiar with.
Yes.
The whole time I was in my head, I was like the whole time with Germany, because Montreal, one of my cities, was like within 10 tiles of Germany, right? He knew I existed. And the whole time I was just like, I don't know why you're not attacking me. Like, why is no one denounced me the entire game? Right? I'm Canada. No one denounced me. Not once. I denounced somebody. I denounced people, but
you're not just Canada. You're also Nystagmus. And it's just, you get a dirty feeling when you attack Nystagmus.
Yeah.
And because you know how he's going to be so mad at you. So mad. You don't want him to be mad at you.
Nystagmus holds the worst grudges, man. When he threatens, I'm gonna go to war with you for the rest of the game. He goes through with it, man, and it sucks.
It's like a bee. It's like, yeah, I'll sting you. I'll die, but you're dead too.
You know why? It's very important for me for that have that like, hey, I may not win anymore, but I'm going to make sure that you're not going to win either. So it's all best if y'all just leave me alone in the corner by myself doing my thing. And
let me lose my own game, okay? I don't need you to come and ruin my game for me. Let me do it for myself.
I don't need any excuses. I don't need an excuse to lose the game. Let me do it on my own. On my terms.
Speaking of game ruining, the first significant war was Mongolia.
I felt so bad for you.
AKA OnSpot TV, coming down on the Congolese Empire with his Keshigs that were about like 80 or 90 strength on turn 70. And my little pikemen, no, weren't even pikemen yet. They're spearmen. I didn't even have pikemen yet. I had one. But even then, Keshigs, by the way, ranged units. So it just didn't matter. So he just kept shooting me. And I literally couldn't do a single thing. And there was other people who then eventually realized that they couldn't do a single thing against Mongolia. He's so powerful.
Yeah, I think OnSpot actually made fun of you at one point because at one point he was just like, Spearman, man, really? He actually like made the comment that you made Spearman or something.
He did. Because I was gonna upgrade him to pikeman, but then he killed them all before I could do it. It was so painful. Eventually,
you paid him.
We raised the money for his campaign for him to go elsewhere. Hey,
and you know what? You know what? And it was great about that too, because we had somebody in the chat, like, because it was like, boy, it was like very speedy. Okay, it's done. Okay, peace. Okay, and someone said, well, I'll match that. It's like, it's done. I already paid.
Okay. So can I actually have an explanation? Can I have a chance to explain that one? Sure. It wasn't meant like I wasn't meant to do like, oh, let's just do this before anyone can change their mind. I didn't think anyone. It didn't occur to me that someone would match it. And it would kind of keep going. Like that idea didn't cross my brain. And so when I made a deal with Michael, I'm like, hey, I will give you $50 if you go elsewhere. He said yes. In my head, that's agreement. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I type his channel, I go to his Extra Life, I pay the thing, it finishes, it completes, and it's paid for. Then, only then, do we have what if I reply? What if I match it?
Point of clarification. Point of clarification. It wasn't that you said, go somewhere else. You said very, very specifically, go kill Zoe. Not only was both in between us, yeah, you said go kill Zoe, and it was I think like it should have at least been, you don't kill me, okay, all right, I'll stop killing you, all right, that's fine, but you directed him to kill me, and he did. He came at me.
I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what happened.
You know what happened?
Like your whole game. I don't know what your game was. Like I don't know what happened on that side of the world.
So on my side of the world, I had Rome and Greece, very ambitious, did not like having Zoe to their north. I'm told that Van Bradley's stream was very adamant about him attacking me. I don't know why. It's not like I stole a letter from his name or something and put it in a little box and forced a $250 ransom, which was paid. I don't know. But so we had this situation where I was at war with 3 players, and I think that if I could have, and this it taught me a lot about diplomacy, and I know how fun it is to kill a Zoe. I think that's a meme probably.
Yes.
You know, to
Not
kill
a
a Zoe,
meme. It's just so
it'll become
satisfying.
one. It's sure whatever. It's like it's a meme and not like a computer meme. I mean like an actual meme, which is like an idea that can spread. That's
Oh,
okay, like
okay.
that. Killing Zoe. And so I get that. I totally get that. And I was unable to convince the old world that the only chance that we have is if we unite, the locals unite against the West, because they're too big. And unfortunately, I couldn't convince them. And they should have listened to me. Truthfully, they should have listened to me. In fact, the world should have listened to me because I was preaching like, guys, the 2 most powerful players are allies. They're not attacking each other. Okay, they're getting huge. We need to unite. It's our only chance. But unfortunately, I lacked. So it's like this year, I'm going to work on my diplomacy to be more subtle and not direct,
See, what you
and
should have
get
done.
that other people come to the conclusion that we have to unite.
What you should have done is have when Mongolia was, you were fighting a war with Mongolia for a while there. You just get up on the Senate floor and be like, "The attack on my life has left me scarred."
Yes, yes.
Like,
Well, and that's
get like
and
a
that's
Palpatine speech. Maybe that will work or
that,
something.
and nystagmus, like that's exactly. I want to work on that. I want to work on delivering a speech that doesn't make you want to stab me more. So yeah, unfortunately,
I
I
haven't
thought I
got.
was
Oh,
actually I thought I was doing pretty good. I got the statue of Zeus built, which for the Gaul, that's like a huge influx of culture. And now, like there's so many cavalry in that game. Having, or at least specifically Mongolia. The problem is that Onslaught knows the numbers of Civ way better than any of us, way better than me. And like I have no idea how his armies were that massive, but he did. And even though I had pike and shots, I had field cannons, I had a huge army, I couldn't do anything against them. And every single time I came this close to destroying a unit, he always, always, always had enough movement to escape. Always. Even like there's this one time I swear it moved 8. It moved 8 squares. And I was like, I got him. And then he moved. And I was like, that's it. The onslaught is unstoppable. And all I could do was repel him. But he raised the Lake of Oblivion, which I guess is fitting. And then at the exact same time that was going on, Greece and Rome declared war on me. So, it's
oh
just in this
man.
situation of I was doing okay, but I can't take all of these points. And obviously, like in the end, they agreed with me. Like I got Voibles to be my friend, and but it was too late, too little, too late, unfortunately. But I thought I helped. I played the Gull pretty well. Oh, I also waited way too long to pin down a secret society. I was looking for vampires. I killed 10. I'm not even no hyperbole. I killed 10 barbarian camps. Did not get vampires once, and I had Owls of Minerva from like turn 2. It would have, I think, been a very different game if I had just, before the classical era started, just said, okay, going Owls. So that was my bad, but yeah.
And then what happened with you, Nystagmus, in Canada land, over in the tundra?
Yeah, so I was like in the corner by myself, which is honestly, I have to admit that of all the Canada spawns there could be, I probably had a really good Canada spawn, right? And I squandered it, but I had a really good Canada spawn. So I had a lot of tundra, and I was pretty far away from everybody, right?
Yeah.
I had Georgia to the north of me, but we were like, even by the end of the game, we were still pretty far from each other. And I accidentally denounced Tamar because I thought like they were spreading religion when I didn't think they would.
It was
So
me.
yeah. And so my goal was basically a standard one. I call it my dark elf strategy because it's what led me to victory in the dark elf game. But it's just get the Aurora and then just beeline it for work ethic, right? And I missed it, by 1 turn. Bose got the first religion of the game, and then I got it right after him. And I think it was because like my holy site took an extra turn more than his. I forgot to chop. I didn't chop out my holy site, basically.
You could chop out your projects too. That could have helped.
Did you use your projects too to get the religion?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I missed it by like literally Bose got it. I saw like a religion was founded, and then I got it, and I was like, oh, work ethic's gone. So,
oh man.
So that kind of threw me off a little bit. And I kind of lost like focus on my problem in the mid game is I'm not as laser focused. I like to be a well-rounded civilization, and so it's hard for me to like focus only on culture or science and stuff like that. I like to be good in all of the aspects, and kind of blurs where my victory condition goes at some point, right? So I think I fell into that kind of issue. It's a true Canadian issue, right? You know, we're not great at everything or anything. We're just not bad at everything. We're just like pretty middle and everything, right? That's a Canada thing.
Jack
right?
of all trades, master of none.
What did you go for in the end for your belief?
Jesuit education. I usually like to
not
go
a bad one.
It's not terrible.
With Canada, if I can't get work ethic, which you almost always can against the computer, if they don't prioritize that. Work ethic. I mean, Jesuit or choir music.
That was the other one I was thinking
music.
of. But like, I just like it when if I'm gonna do a religion, it means I'm gonna build holy sites. It means I'm gonna try to at least spread my religion a little bit. So I like to pick something that lets me like buy stuff with faith.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like it just seems like a currency now I can use, and I might as well use it if I don't have work ethic or something like that. Right.
Did you go take what secret society did you go with?
Owls.
So with
No,
Jesuit, if you go Hermetic Order, they're pretty sweet.
Yeah, everyone said like either Hermetic Order or Void Singers, but like my idea was I can't attack city states, so my goal should maybe be just be friends with all of them, right? And Owls gives you that extra envoy whenever you like send a trade to them. So that I don't know. Secret societies, I usually always default to Owls just because you can't like really do bad with them, right? The other ones can truly like screw you over. If you don't play them the way you should play them, they can completely screw you over. But Owls, like it's just like all around okay, and you can never really do bad. Like they'll always help you in some way. No matter what victory condition you go for, they're gonna help you. They may not help you as much as something else on a laser focus win condition, but Owls will never turn. You can never do wrong with Owls.
What's interesting about that enemy there that you mentioned, not enemy, I guess religious enemy with Bose he took work ethic. He played an interesting game because he went religion.
I was
but he
blew
went
my mind.
Yeah.
He went vampires. Like he went religion and he went vampires, and then he didn't really get into military either.
I think he just wanted the castles. He really likes the vampire castles.
Yeah. I let him so me and him ended up being buddies. Like when we did our, having our side meetings, I was like, hey, Post, let's talk. And it's like, let's be allies.
No one wanted to be a side meeting with me. No one wanted to chat with
No
Canada.
one knew where you were.
I didn't even meet you.
I was so left out. I was like, no one wants to be my friend.
Do you guys think that map served us well, or would it have been more interesting if we had tried like continents or for local drama?
I think continents would have made it like so that like if Peppermint Butler or like Onspot was on your continent, you were like kind of screwed. Like
tell me about it.
Unless you make a treat, like I'm sure they're both types of people. I'm pretty sure they're both types of people. If you except like I had a game where with Onspot we were allies the whole game.
So Onspot said the third enemy he'd meet, he was killing them.
Yeah,
and I was his third enemy that he met.
Yeah. So Onspot was like,
That's
I know
honor.
that he's not a super warlike player, but he picked Mongolia, and when you have a big stick, you're gonna want to hit something with the stick. Like not like maybe not eliminate somebody, but you be friends with some people, but you're gonna choose somebody to hit with the stick, right? And so I don't know. Pangea was pretty good. Like I guess everyone was exploring enough to meet me because I didn't meet everybody until later on either. I was most surprised by Van Bradley and Bose's play. Like Like Van Bradley looked like he was kind of early on running away with the culture victory, and then it kind of
Crazy.
leveled out. I don't know what happened there. And then Bose, like I thought for sure he was going to go domination. He always goes dominant. Like if you watch his stream, he always like attacks people, right? So like it's his thing, right? And it's kind of like it was really out of character for him not to be more aggressive. So
you just reminded me that Bose Onslaught didn't go right after me. That's right. He took out Bose.
That's what I thought. Okay, I wasn't wrong. Okay.
He did. So I had some time, and I thought I was prepared. I was feeling I had piking shots, and no, it didn't. And Bose fell. Rather like I thought he was doing okay at the start, and then everything just fell apart. And then Van Bradley, 100 culture per turn for 50 turns. He ended up building. 50, He ended up and this is on me because I didn't take this city. Or rather, I should have built a city there. I had the opportunity. There was a point where I was building cities all over the place, and it was a good location. And I didn't cut down forest or jungle on my end. And he ended up building because his chat was like, Van Bradley, you have to build here. And I guess he had some CPLers in his chat, and they were very like insistent, borderline pushy that he build a encampment right where he did, and it was an invincible encampment because he could shoot me with everything that was in it, and I couldn't shoot him at all unless I was right beside him, and I couldn't do any damage. It was so ridiculous the amount of bonuses that this encampment ended up getting, and it like I had the opportunity to cut down the jungle, and I didn't because these cities were like side by side, and he took the city ultimately. But then our war came to an end when it was like, realized that there were bigger threats out there when nukes started landing. But I get ahead of ourselves.
Oh. By the time the nukes fell, like it was like over, right? I just remember like halfway through the game, and that's what happens when you have like these multiplayer games, especially with there is a variance in skill level. Let's be real here, right?
Really?
Like,
wow, I had no idea. I thought I was really up there with Michael.
With a skill level, right? And so when you get to like the mid game, it's already pretty clear who the contenders for victory are and who's kind of just along for the ride. And I remember during that war, Bose was like on the general chat. He just sounded so defeated. Like he's like, I'm guys, I'm dead.
I felt bad because like in my head before the war, I'm like, I just don't want to be the first one eliminated. That's all I care about. I don't want to be the first one eliminated. And then Bose was the first one eliminated, and he's debatably one of the better players. I'm like, oh geez, I didn't. No, I'm sorry, Bose. I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean for that to happen to you. But he was the first eliminated. But everyone followed like almost right after, so I didn't.
Well, and
the feeling kind of subsided.
And this, and this is totally fair. It's totally reasonable, and I'm not suggesting we make a special rule or anything like that. However, the two best players in the game were allies, and the rest of us allowed it. And not only allies, when you have Germany as your buddy, your trade routes with Germany are going to give you insane production because of their Hanses. Okay. They're a great buddy to have right beside you.
Yeah, so but I kind of know why that happened, though. Like
I get it. They're side by side.
No, but if it didn't, like Onspot could have won that game. Like
I
hands
agree.
down.
I agree.
He would have rolled Moy, and then he had the ability to roll not only Germany at that time. At that time, Germany didn't have a big army. He would have rolled Germany, and then he would have just started crushing anyone else in his way.
Now, in Onspot's defense, all of us could have paid $25 to make him draw again, and nobody did.
What he's gonna get? He's gonna get French, like Black Queen. Yeah, right.
Scotland, at least, maybe. At least
you saw the power of Scotland last game, okay? You saw it.
Well, right there. I saw the power of Scotland where I had a start that was so garbage that I don't know why I didn't say, guys, can we please restart? That was on me. But I had such a bad start.
But it would make him play less aggressively, right? Like with Scotland, he would be more of a Sim City player as opposed to burn the cities to the ground player. And so, but yeah, and that's they're right next to each other, so they kind of just fell into this kind of symbiotic relationship because then at some point if they attacked each other, they would have killed each other, right?
Sure, like but then we would have had a chance, and they wouldn't have killed each other. They would have ended up working it out. But I think a lesson was learned, and I also went away with it saying, you know what, by next year I'm going to be better. I'm not going to be as good as they are because they're already ahead of me. However, I'm going to be a little more tenacious, and I'm going to work on my diplomacy. I'm going to work on my reputation as killable. I know it's hard when I'm looking like that schlemook you want to punch in the face, but and like hopefully, we listen and consider.
I can
and
give
look.
I can give you pointer number 1 in your diplomacy game at least.
I can give you number 2.
Right. Okay. So pointer number 1 is plant the seed first.
Yes.
Right. So you went like from 0 to 10 right away. Like you were like, guys, we got to kill these guys. And they're like, wait. No, man, you got to do it. If you guys don't do it, you're stupid.
I think that it was a pace before I got to the calling them stupid part.
I'm obviously being hyperbolic, but like you were pretty like insistent.
Yeah.
And I think that's the better term. You were pretty insistent that
the mistake I made is I should have put all of my energy into making the two of them friends, the two old world guys friends. Instead of
granted, you were right. Like that's besides the point, right? So you were right, but I would say plant the seed. Just say, hey guys, I just noticed that the two best players in the game are allied with each other. I think at one point our petty little squabbles won't really mean all that much.
I couldn't say it that way either. The minute I suggest anything about skill or being better, I look petty, and that's going to lose me points in convincing people. So what I actually just need to do is be a real friend and like make those things, and then ask my friends for help. Right? Mm-hmm. You can't be direct with stuff like that. You kind of actually in a way have to use bait to get people to persuade them to see that there's something wrong there. But if you go in saying, asking like that, I think it'll put people off.
I will believe your pointers if you successfully convince people to follow you in a game in the next game.
I got eventually I got Boson side and I got Foibles on side.
If you can raise the banner and raise the banner, lead them, and then not be crushed by the overwhelming force that you face, right? Like,
challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. I will work on it. Sorry, boy, were you gonna also give me a passive aggressive piece of advice on how I can improve my?
Oh no, it is not passive at all. Don't talk so much. Just get to the point.
You're telling me to get to the point. You are telling me.
There's a reason to the madness. There's a reason to the madness.
I think we're already up to the counter of me declaring war on you 3 times to cut you off when you're giving a speech. Like I've done that 3 times now, I think. Like where you're trying to give me a huge speech about how evil I am or something, and then I just decide to declare war.
Okay. Let's scrap that then. Let's new advice. The ABCs. You know the ABCs? Always be closing, aka always be trying to make friends every turn. Hey, Nystagmus, how you doing over there? Are you doing okay? Do you need anything, man? Like I can help you out.
Boy, I would not trust you, and I would look at you and say, "You're a sleazy salesman. I know what you're up to."
And then eventually I'm down $1,000, and like you're like whatever. I've just got $1,000 from you, and you can win. Like
kids win. The kids win that way.
Always keep the line of communications open because me and Sarge got into a little bit of a disagreement there because I thought he was trying to convert one of my cities.
So funny, dude.
I did not identify the missionary correctly when I did that, and we chatted about it, and we came to an understanding that I was sorry that I denounced him for no good reason.
Oops.
So funny. Oh, that was the whole plan. The whole plan was to do that, and it worked, and I was laughing so hard. Oh, I love that. That was so awesome. Let's move on to the highlight of the night.
Sure.
When it was suddenly raining missiles from the sky. Peppermint Butler eventually got all his Hansas working to produce all of these thermonuclear devices. And the very first nuke of the game targeted right at Van Bradley. Poor Van Bradley didn't see it coming. He had no idea.
And it was at a lake too, right? Like
he nuked his lake.
Well, right?
Yeah. That was really funny that he nuked lake. I think that wasn't on purpose. That was the furthest he can go It was the lake, which was right beside the city. So he's like, okay, good enough. And then he said, like, nuke the lake, nuke the lake, nuke the lake. That was funny. And then
I think he changed the climate with how many nukes he threw.
IRL, yeah, for sure. Eventually, Van Bradley got nuked twice. Zoe, I think you got nuked once.
No, I didn't get nuked at all.
You didn't get nuked at all? Ah, man.
Not a single nuke dropped on Zozo. I got raised.
You did get raised. And then I ended my friendship with PB. I was responding to Zoe's call of everybody going to war with Peppermint Butler. I'm like, okay, I will be the guinea pig. I will end my friendship with my closest neighbor and the biggest like force in the land. Ended my friendship, and the same turn I ended my friendship, he verified, are you sure you want to do this? I'm like, yes, you are an evil person for nuking Van Bradley. I will not take this. We cannot resort to nukes. And then he's like, okay. And he launched six nukes on the same turn against almost every single one of my cities, and I don't think there was a Congolese left in sight. It was awful. It was the worst experience.
Your bravery will be remembered, Moy, for the next Civ game.
Oh, I hope so.
1,200 science a turn Germany was pulling in. 1,200 science a turn.
It was rough. I was hoping that, like, okay, he doesn't have any nukes anymore, guys. Go after him. But then everyone was like, yeah, I'm done. No, forget it.
Everyone in range got nuked. It was just
a long-winded way of saying that Peppermint Butler took home the prize of the winner of the first ever TheCivGive.
Yes, congratulations, Peppermint Butler, for the first win. Yes,
fantastic fashion, we may add. It was not like a drawn out, like, whatever. It was in. He punctuated that victory.
He made us climb. There was a climax to the game.
Yes, he did provide a good finish. Where we just had to acknowledge that he was the best Civ player / genius ever.
Has the emote been made yet?
No, not yet. Yeah. I will get on that, and I'll make it for his channel.
You know who the real winner is, guys, of that game was?
Who's the real winner, Zoe? Tell us
who the real winner was Extra Life Children's Charities. Yes. Because not only did we make our goal of $5,000, and I think we made it like 4 hours in at $5,000, we exceeded it by, what was it, 141%? Yes. So our in the end, we raised $7,055.80. And like, I don't know if you guys felt the way I did, but when we hit 5,000, I just was on top of the world. I felt like elated. And I think it was everybody just, oh, this is what it feels like when doves cry. Like, it was, I don't know if that was the right expression to use, but like,
okay. I know. Yeah. Like it was like you felt like all this work that we put into it, all three of us, we put into it, all this work like paid off. Right.
All 9.
I know that Peppermint Butler said this before. When I initially said, yeah, our plan is to raise $5,000, he almost laughed at me because he's like, yeah, right. Like, are you crazy? But in your face, Peppermint Butler. Shoo, dude.
Nuke this.
Yeah, I'll take 6 nukes for that.
The TheCivShow did not exceed their personal goal.
We did because technically, I kidnapped Van Bradley's E.
Oh, okay. So we're counting that,
and we got it. Yeah, that would totally count. That would totally count. That was on ours. That was on our it was connected to our account. It just looks. I put it as separate so that very, very specifically, because I wasn't trying. For some reason, it was perceived I was trying to draw funds from Van. I wanted people to do it, but it was like a separate sort of funny thing, and we got it. And like I know personally some of the people who donated, and that's what they donated to. So that counts. We made it. We totally got our 2,000 goal. Like and then some.
It was 250, I thought. Not
it was 250. 250 for that, and our goal was 2,000.
Yes,
so you add 250 to the 1,794. Yeah, we totally made our goal. Yeah. It was just a little creative add-on that, and I'm looking forward to returning. He hasn't sent me the deets yet on where I'm sending this
just
thing.
bug him about it again. I'm
I
sure
will.
he'll send
I
it. I mean, it leaves questions for like what are future CivGives or events even going to be like. There's a lot of talk about how there should be more CivGives or more events even with the streamers, and we've had a little bit of a chat about it, but not like a crazy amount of chat about it. And so I want to raise the question to the room here of like, what do you think? What do you have in mind for the future of just specifically CivGive or CivGive related content?
All right, Ozzy, do you want to take that
I love the
first?
lag that that there's a second delay before they get the questions. They're not jumping in right away. We're all stopping here.
Okay, I'll start. I'll go. So, I mean, people asked right after the event. That was like my biggest turnoff. I'll say it because we did so much work for this thing. We did so much organizing, so much marketing and planning that like I was done. I was like, I'm taking a break. I'm doing nothing for 2 weeks, right? And so people were asking, like, how many you should do with these like every quarter, every month, do it every month. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, the amount of work that went into this is crazy. And like, I can't do this every month. I don't have a full-time job. I can't commit to this. That's too much. And so I initially was like, I turned it down. Like, no, absolutely, like, no, it's not going to work like that. Having given more thought, I think that having an event every quarter that is not charity related, but is at least a kind of like a group related where we get maybe not all 9, but we can get like a little bit of them. Just having a big event and just like promoting just this event for fun, and then having a annual big charity event. That's kind of maybe where I went with that of like maybe we could do that.
I think
Go ahead.
what made it work though, stuff like this, it's because it's unique and it's like there's a reason we don't do Christmas twice a year, right? It's special. There's a time you do it. So I think the CivGive ultimately, the event itself should be once a year, but we can do special qualifier and events and like what we did on the TheCivShow. We built up to it. We had people on that was adding to it. So we might come together, in March or something like that, and say, hey, what are some things we can do to build up, a hype for it, but also to add to the drama of the final event itself. And I'm sure there's all sorts of creative things that we can do for that, or even just for extra little, for drafting and stuff like that. There's draft points or something we can do. I do think though we might be able to do like a midsummer something, but like we would do like it's not the CivGive. It'd be like a midsummer's night stream or something where we try to get everyone together for a celebration of some kind. But yeah, having the extra thing adage of a charity is cool. But I would say like we do something different than per se the CivGive.
Yeah. What are you to say, Simus? Do you have any like vision of where the CivGive can go from that?
I kind of like along the same veins as what you guys have already mentioned. I agree that like doing a big charity event like even every quarter would be a lot of work, right? A lot of and a lot of that fell on you, Moy, right? So that definitely can feel that's tons of work, right?
Yeah.
Do I feel like we can have like quarterly events where we casually get everyone together to kind of, and that can still be kind of like a story that goes towards the next CivGive, right? Because the next big thing is we exceeded expectations for the first one, right? Which raises the bar for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already, right? So that's already kind of a lot of pressure, right? So I think we have a fantastic group of people that are fun to play with, that people like watching us play with, right? And we can kind of get people together for those kind of get together pickup games, you can call them, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
To kind of build to that, and I think that's a great idea. Having every quarter, like, you know, especially for charity, I think having it culminate at the end of the year is the best way to do it, because asking people to donate to charity like every quarter is kind of been a lot for for people who watch us.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed. 100%.
this is kind of hard times for everybody, and so like having just one big event would be probably the best way to go about it, and then have the other quarterly events be more casual, I guess you can say,
and
less formal.
I think like over the we can get support of people helping us in the background. Like one of the goals that we set out was we wanted to raise about 20% before the show even started, and we had to get everyone on board with that, and people did. They got on board with that, and the community got excited about it. So like what Moy's saying about when it was done, it's like, oh, we need to rest. But if we might have by that time larger community that's able to help us take the stuff and make all the things that people want to see. The one concern I had, when after the fact we did some, going on Van Bradley's show and some just listening to some of the comments, people wanted us to be more competitive, which I think that's not what we do. Like they were like cool suggestions, like, oh, get like Potato Mist Whiskey and get all these people. Oh, you'll get, and that definitely could drive numbers up. But then you're like, 9's a pretty good number. Are you replacing somebody? Is it that in the end, well, why are any of the hosts there? We'll just have all these giant names in Civ, and it's like, well, they can do that. The CPL could do a fundraiser, and they do, right? So I kind of was like, I like that it was us, and that we're not these gigantic names, and I think I'd like to see the 9 of us sort of grow together with the TheCivGive as sort of our focal point. Now, I think it would be cool if we could pull off another one, but I just think, we've also got people are giving us money. They don't have, if we want to raise $10,000 in July and then we ask to do $15,000 it's got to come from somewhere. But we could get like corporate sponsors and stuff so that it's not just the community paying. So yeah, like, I don't know. I definitely want to see it get bigger, but I think that part of its charm was who the hosts were, and that we're not all amazing Civ players, superstars.
I mean, maybe we can get special guests, kind of like a if Vector Cat and Wooter or Vouter, sorry, Vouter, if they had like guest commentators that every hour you kind of like, here is Potato Make Whiskey, here is Spiffing Brit, here is TGM, here is this, here is that. That would be cool, and that would be a way to incorporate kind of like the guests side of it, where we can have these high profile guests, and then we can also still have our main core of smaller streamers, or our core of like what I call them, Civ givers. I call them the Civ givers.
Civ givers.
Core of Civ givers like playing as well. We can maybe include some more people depending. Like we have 9 players. We play in a 10-player map. Maybe we can include one more. There's also the option of a huge map of 12 players. There's all these options. We're gonna weigh them out throughout the year. We have almost 360 days until the next probably TheCivGive. So we have a lot of time to think about it.
We could do a community fundraiser. Whoever raises the most funds gets to play with us. For the 10th seat. Have that could be like the mini one. So
the extra spot. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. Okay.
I'd like by next year, this year, the next one, that maybe we get a couple. Like, imagine if we could get Secret Labs on board, so that we're giving away some big stuff. Who knows? We all got our
non-sponsored, by the way.
You made it. You made it when you got your Secret Lab chair. But I think at the core of it, just keep the charm. And I think the best part was just how we all came together. I loved having guests on the Civ show.
Yes.
I think that, we're going to make that a regular thing moving forward. Having the 4th person is great, because then we can be mad at somebody else.
Or they're the neutral party. We're all mad at each other, and they're just like, calm down. Like Van Bradley, calm down, Zoe. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Rating Zozo. But now, like, we know Bose. We know 100 Games. We know Van Bradley. Like, they're friends now. Yeah. I consider you guys friends now. You don't stay up till 4 a.m. watching Legend of Neil with just some stranger. Okay, I'm talking to you, Sarge. And I think that was probably one of the biggest rewarding things of this, is that we met 6 new friends.
Yeah.
And they're like us. They're so warm, and so and we're just gonna become even awesomer. And I think everybody doing all of this, it helped everyone's streams too, and that's good.
As Van Bradley said a million times, I think, rising tide brings up all ships.
All ships.
Yeah, I don't know how many times he said it, but someone quoted us. Foibles thought we said it, and it was like quoting us. I'm like, I didn't say
Van
that.
Bradley
That
made
was...
that quote.
It definitely wasn't us. Moving forward to what we're gonna expect in season 3 of the Civ Show. There's a lot that we're gonna go on here. Does anyone want to start with the introductions here?
I can start, especially since I'm the one who like deviated a little bit when I practiced for it. But yeah, so we are gonna, as you know, you can catch us on Thursdays for our podcast. You can catch us on Sundays for our main game stream. We are gonna start streaming solo on this channel, so that there's more days that you can enjoy each of us individually, kind of playing through the game. And so the reason why I can mention is that I did a practice stream a few days ago. I only wanted to do it for 20 minutes, so I just did my old game love, which is StarCraft 2. And so you guys may have caught that. I saw like 4 or 5 people watching me when I did that. But yeah, we're gonna start streaming. So I will be streaming on Mondays. I haven't hammered out a time yet. I'll make it an announcement on Discord when I hammer out when I would be most likely be doing that. But on Mondays is my day for streaming. And Moy and Zoe will be streaming on their own days as well, and they will tell us what days they are streaming.
Have you figured out a time for you, Zoe? Not yet.
Yeah, well, okay, so Moy, I'm going to be doing Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go like a little weird because I know this will actually work for some of our viewers overseas. I want to do a morning show.
Morning show.
Yeah, a morning show, and I've got a name already picked out for it. Okay, should I say it now? You think?
If you are you live on the 12th? Are you going live next week?
I might
then
go live.
Announce it, man, because this is it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a morning show, and the theme or the name of the show is going to be Good Morning Amenities with Raising Zozo, kind of a play on Good Morning America. Good Morning Amenities with Raising Zozo. And I think, I know you guys love me and my brews. So I'm going to have some coffee because I love specialty coffee. Like, if I just, go back here, I've got, packages from, salted caramel, s'mores. Oh. I love specialty coffee. I am a huge coffee fanatic. So I think part of it will be I'll discuss the coffee I'm drinking today. But yeah, it'll be a morning. I'm thinking like a 9 to 11 sort of thing, maybe 8 to 10. And it'll be a consistent Tuesday mornings. And that might work well for, if you're out in like Aussie land or something like that, it might be evening for you. I don't know.
The next day.
But even just if you're just at home, a lot of us working at home, you just tune in and listen. So yeah, that's the direction I think I'm going to go. So, and then, it's funny in Nystagmus, I thought you talked about maybe doing afternoon. So it'd be morning coffee with Zoe, afternoon tea, Earl Grey hot with Nystagmus. And then you got our
we are related because you're reading my mind right now. That was kind of I was thinking about doing.
And then the wild nightlife with the youngin, baby.
Nighttime party with
the one who doesn't have the little ones at home keeping them down can go party and
we're gonna have shots every night. We're gonna have much beer.
Shot.
It's gonna be a time. We're gonna get lit. Sorry.
Yes, I was thinking afternoon for my stream. I will announce the final time on Sunday, but also if you join our Discord, I'll be kind of announcing that time as well. I will also be going live this Monday coming up. So this week coming up, I'm going live. So
right on, man. And this Monday is Vector Cat is releasing his new challenge for his challenge league as well. So I think we should be playing that on each of our individual streams too, right? That'll be fun. Yeah. Speaking of Vector Cat's challenge, we have more dedicated YouTube content going to be coming out this year in 2021 or in season 3 of the Civ Show. One of them, obviously, different perspectives. Civ 6 from different perspectives. It really took off. It has like 30,000 views, I think.
Pretty
now.
crazy.
It's our most successful video that we have. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. There's tons of comments that are praising the idea. Like, this is such a unique idea. And so we're definitely going to be taking that and going with it. Ideally, we're going to be releasing it maybe once a month. We will try and I don't know whether we're going to part it, like part 1, part 2 kind of thing, or if we're going to kind of have everything in one session and have just a longer video, or even just showcase maybe the first 100 turns and then like kind of fast forward like to significant events, like every 20 turns, just like an update of some of what someone did, and then eventually have it end. We don't know what the format's going to be like yet. The pilot episode did really well. A lot of people are asking for part 2. There's not going to be a part 2 to that episode, but there's going to be additional episodes for YouTube content. And then Zoe, what else do we have it planned for season 3?
Moy, like before I say any more, what about you? What's your solo stream going to be? Like we did Nystagmus, then me.
Does Nystagmus have a name yet? I don't have a name yet.
I don't have a name for mine yet.
Don't need,
Okay,
I did.
I'm
I put a lot
I'm
of thought into
workshopping
this, like, obviously.
Good Morning Amenities is such a good name.
Good Morning Amenities.
That's so good. Dang.
Yeah. I want to try and see if I can get the like from.
You want a sting? I can get you a sting. I can get you that.
I do. I'd like a sting.
Okay.
And like I'll pose for pictures, Moy. You know I'll pose.
Dude,
you know I'll pose.
Let's do it.
I sent Moy like 50 pictures today.
I thought we were dating. You sent me so many photos of you today.
I know.
Yeah.
I like the photo that we have for the Civ Show is kind of dated, right? Like that was me,
That's
like,
true.
you know, when I was young, back in 2016. I think maybe I took
Was
that.
it really?
Picture.
Oh my gosh.
I think that wasn't that picture. I thought that picture was like from.
I thought you took that when I asked you to. I thought that was last year.
Maybe I look a lot younger. My hair is shorter.
You have like a white. You have like a white strip here now, though. I noticed.
I had this white strip for a while, but I usually wear a hat.
Okay.
So today but lucky for me, my white like here, and I have like Arcturus minx, like right here. So it's perfect.
Oh yeah,
perfect shading. Okay. But Moy, what day were you gonna do your?
I was gonna do Wednesdays. I've already had I had my first one last week. Oh my god! I don't recommend anyone doing this. I did a 30-second turn timer because
I was wondering why you were doing that.
I only had 2 hours to stream. I had 2 hours to stream, and I'm like, okay, I just want to get a full game out in there and end it because I knew that Vector Catch Challenge was gonna be next week, so I didn't want to carry over a game. So I'm like, okay, I just want to get a game done. So I'm like 30-second turn timer. Potato McWhiskey did it. I want to give it a go because it seems like a cool idea. I don't recommend that to anyone. It's the most just stressful thing I've ever done in my life. You just hear the countdown all the time, and you think ding ding's annoying? Yeah, exactly. Just dude, and you're like, oh my god, I still have like 5,000 things to do.
I was at work when I saw that your stream went live, and I was watching on my phone. I don't think I saw you meet like a single timer when I was watching during that time. I was like watching you play, and like every single time you didn't like get through all of your actions. It seemed pretty stressful, man.
It was. I ended the stream, and I'm like, I did not enjoy that game. I was like, that was not fun. I don't recommend it to anybody. Don't do that. Don't do it, man. I'm gonna be on Wednesdays. Exactly. I'm gonna be on Wednesdays. I'm probably gonna be. I don't know the time yet. I'm gonna do later at night. I probably will do 8 p.m. or maybe no. 6:30 sounds good.
7. I thought 7 was a nice number. 7 o'clock was, I think, like after dinner.
I think.
But it'd be like.
Go ahead.
For some people, it would be like around 5. You know, and for others, it would be around 9.
You just call yours Moy Sauce After Dark.
Oh,
After Dark.
Yeah, baby. Am I allowed to swear? Is that like a thing? Okay, I'll do it. Moy Sauce After Dark. That's the thing. All right, that's the name of it. That's the name that's gonna be there from now.
Tune into the Discord to find out whatever I am eventually name mine.
After Dark Age.
And then the other content that is changing, I know people have been waiting, or I don't know how many fans of my series is currently in chat right now, but of the Better Know a Leader series. That's my original series. I am actually going to be reimagining that series a little bit. I'm not going to just focus on the leader anymore. I'm going to focus on the entire Civ. So that way I talk about the leader, I talk about the special unique unit, talk about the special unique district or tile improvement that each Civ has, to kind of chat about where those kind of fit in the historical perspective. Like, why did they come up with the leader abilities? Why did they come up with the district and stuff? Like, what did it mean in the historical context? So I'm going to be reimagining this series so that it's a little bit more encompassing a little bit. So,
and then you're raising reviews though.
So for me, I learned a lot of lessons with my and like the raising review was like, just at first it was so messy, just learning. As you guys know, I'm pretty technically inept, but this is the year of a new Zoe.
It's putting it lightly.
Yeah, and thanks, boy. Thanks. I heard Drek. I heard Drek in the back of your throat there. So yeah, this is a new year. Last year was. I'm not gonna lie. I had a terrible 2020. We all did, but I had some great stuff. I love being with the family, but a lot of bad stuff, and it just was affecting me mentally. And this year is a new mindset, and the last 2-3 weeks, I've been feeling great. And one of the things I've been putting things into perspective, specifically the Raising Zozo redemption, made me start thinking about some things, about my own prejudices when I play this game. I'm a little bit of an opinionated person, and I used to have very harsh words about the Hermetic Order, and I have harsh words about civs like Poland and Georgia and stuff like that. So I think part of the Raising review, I want to explore some of the things that maybe I didn't like, and maybe see if they are in fact redeemable. So that's one thing. Something. So you'll probably see me do a Raising review on Poland. I'll do one on Georgia. I'll do one on Chimer.
You can call the news Raising review series when you do that. You can call it, "Is this a dumpster fire really?"
Well, I'm going from the perspective of redeeming it from my perspective. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I actually, so I want to explore the game more. So I might then go into doing other things that I hate, like mods, where I review mods.
There's some really good ones though. You gotta look at, man.
Yeah, well, I like the idea of the creativity, right? That can go into mods. So that's something. And then I talked to you about this, Moy, and a little bit with Unistagmus about getting really into storytelling. So I might see if I can somehow mix playing Civilization with storytelling in a new way. So that might be something that we see for the quick ones. And who knows? This is the new Zoe, so I'm planning on putting together a new computer this year. We'll see how that goes. My whole studio might go up in flames. We'll see. But if I can do that, maybe I can actually do a little editing, and I could actually put together something. So yeah. Imagine that. One of my dreams is, and I'm serious about this. I'm serious. Okay. It's one of my dreams. Okay, I love music. I do. I love music. I have always wanted to make, even if they can't make money, I've always wanted to learn how to make music videos, where you mix stuff in. So that would be a cool accomplishment to try this year, because I think music is one of the most, I'm going to use the word intimate, ways to tell a story, because it speaks to us on such an emotional level, and it knows no language. Good music. You hear Baba Yetu, or you hear, any piece of music. The Flight of Dreams.
Flight of Dreams.
Yeah.
Right in front of him, man. Right in front of him.
I butchered. It was a triple butcher, because I was like, Songna du Sorgia Flight.
No. I butcher things all the time. Yeah, the Flight of Dreams. I'm like, my god.
I like mixing. It was good. It was on brand, Moy. It was on brand.
It was very on brand.
So yeah, that would be a lot of fun too. So yeah, I want to explore And like, yeah, doing Civ. I have other games that I love. Wouldn't necessarily be the Civ show, but like I play Magic the Gathering, and I know I've been playing a lot of Spell Table, and it's this great program to use your cardboard cards. So I kind of want to reach out to the community and see who else plays. So I might stream some Magic or teach Magic. I've been playing Magic for 20 years.
Of like when we talk about like only like we're doing Civilization on our show and stuff like that. There's one thing I think that would be like the funniest thing ever is if we got all the streamers of the Civ show or the TheCivGive and played like a one big game of Among Us just to see what would happen.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, man. That'd be cool as hell.
I'd love to do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I want to explore some stuff. I think and I know I'm taking a lot of mic time here. I think honestly, I'm really taking to being a content creator, streamer, and I love this. I love this. This is a great way to tell stories and connect with people. And I have a lot of cool stuff. Like, I got the third realm Dungeons and Dragons, and I like old weird games, Master of Orion, StarCon. I want to explore these things. But I have lots of stuff to do for Civilization as well. So that'll be good. What about you, Moy?
I already talked about what I was doing. I mean, damn, what else do you want from me?
I got okay. So that, like the solo stuff, the Civ show in general, though. Okay, I think we got some cool stuff this season.
Oh, now, we have some crazy good stuff this season.
So definitely, you're going to see guest hosts. We're going to do that. We're going to have more. Like, I think the TheCivGive people have a special place on our heart. I think we want to see some team games with them. I think we've talked about computer challenges, like where it's like if we get a CivGive or two and like we take on some computer players. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think a 2v2v2 would be a lot of fun.
That'd be a lot
of fun. Where
it's
like we get like, say, Bose, Sarge, and Van Bradley, and we each get one of them on our team and
cool.
Go. I think that you'll see stuff like that. I think we'll definitely look into community. I'm getting the spin wheel.
Get the spin wheel, man.
It's gonna become a part of the show. We're gonna spin that wheel and see what's going on.
If you subscribe right now, it'll be going towards the spin wheel.
I think we're gonna get a Patreon going. I think we're gonna, for all sorts of extra goodies, for exclusive stuff. Right. I hope this year we get some exclusive Civ show stuff. So that's just me throwing stuff out there. I've talked for 20 minutes. What do you guys think?
No, I'm on board with all of that. I think the Patreon, I think we can come up with some really good exclusive content. I think that there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we do as well that is like super mysterious that like people don't know about. And so like I feel like that would be pretty decent content. Like how do we produce these shows and like what's the whole process of us going and producing the Civ show, the TheCivGive, and the Civ show podcast. If you saw the amount of planning and work that went into the TheCivGive, I think you'd be amazed. I legitimately think you'd be amazed. And so that could be an idea of a Patreon perk, and I love it. I think it's a great idea. Completely optional too, by the way. So we're not gonna hate you. We'll like you a lot less. No, I'm kidding.
But like I think like we're gonna meet people and partner up, and there might be businesses we partner up with that we can start providing, who knows, like giveaways and stuff like that. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be fun.
More community stuff. For sure. It was hit or miss, I think, with the community. I think we forget, like you just said, there's a bunch that goes into this, and it's not for everybody to be on the show. I can see how it can be a little intimidating. So, and then like I think we kind of want to ask your guys' permission if you want to see us play other games, or would that be like taboo? But if you guys want to see us play other games, I thought it'd be fun to one day do a D&D session with you guys where I DM you through some wild adventures. So yeah, like, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if other TheCivGive guest hosts.
I want to play StarCraft so I can finally beat you guys at something.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, that actually will happen because I stuck in StarCraft.
You playing as much as I might have like been like, oh, what are you doing playing StarCraft on the TheCivShow? That made me want to play StarCraft, and I went and played. And funny story, I was playing. I'm playing through the Zerg right now. I'm brutal, and the one final boss fight where we have to fight that giant Zangan guy. I got so frustrated, and then I had a total teenage video game moment where I was like, "Oh, I can just go up here and go under the ground, and you can't hit me." And it was such a lame fight after that. Like, it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this?
With
And
Heart of
then
the
I just did
Swarm,
that. I was like, lame. I was like, that's so lame. That was so easy.
with Heart of the Swarm, you can like literally beat the campaign with just Kerrigan. Like, you don't even need to make armies or stuff like that. Like, if you play her right, you can beat the game with just her.
So let's wrap up here. We're running out of time here. Actually, we're over time.
Hold on, let me make sure we covered everything, Moy, because
I believe we did. I have the notes in front of me. But since this is season 3, Zoe wanted to be more a part of the hosting.
Well, it's so hard after I just blah 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 for 20 minutes.
That sounds like a you problem. Take it away, bud.
Okay, so anyways, want to thank everybody for tuning in. Yep. So we've got lots of content for you this year. Looking forward to producing all of that for you. You're gonna see us like 5 times a week. So that'll be great. You stopping by. We will be getting the details out for the rest of our new shows. Let us trial and error it, of course. Like, we're going to figure out the schedules. But either way, Moy, where can they reach us? You got a place they can reach us?
Oh yeah, I have. It's a small place. You can reach us. You can DM us. But it's where you get your information about the Civ Show. You can get all your information on the Civ Show on our Twitter page. We have a Twitter page, and you can find us at the Civ Show. We post good memes. Like I said, you can get all our information when we go live, and just even information about Civilization. Do you want to hear our opinions on the new releases that are going to come out in January? Then you should follow us on Twitter at the Civ Show. There you go.
And then did you have something to say about it's called YouTuber or something?
Yeah, where you find all other content like Zoe's new Redemption Raisin reviews, apparently, as a series, and all of our other content, including my series, the Better Know a Civ, now remastered. You can catch us on YouTube for that. When you do subscribe, also remember to ring the bell, because that will let you know when we uploaded a new video. And remember, all of our VODs from our stream also go up to the YouTube channel as well. So you can always check us out afterwards if you're not able to catch us on Twitch.
And for the record, I wanted to see if the Hermetic Order was redeemed. It was, and I actually really like the Hermetic Order now. If you want the more intimate connection, I encourage you to join us on our Discord channel. We have a beautiful community with beautiful people. Everyone is super awesome, and we talk about all sorts of things, including civilization. So join us on Discord. As always, guys, share with your friends. Tell people about the Civ Show. We want to get to know all of you this year for Season 3. Lots of exciting stuff coming at you. If you've got any suggestions or ideas, reach out to us on any of those channels that we just said, and we will do everything we can to make your ideas become a real. So, Raising Zozo here, saying good night. You guys want to say good night?
Yeah, good night. Let's go raid Foibles. He has a
Good night.
He's got a unique A to W challenge, and we're gonna go over and say hello to Foibles. So if you're in here, let's go on and say hello to Foibles. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Raid.
Raid, raid, raid.